we just talk? Can we just talk? Talk about where we're going before we get lost. Let me our thoughts. Can't get what we want without knowing. I've never felt like this before.
I want fabulous, that is my simple request.
I got to just do my thing.
Oh crap.
Engines under the sun, you're cruising for bruising.
Introducing Addie.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Okay, after Simon's death, there were posts continuing to be uploaded to his page. As far as we know, Simon was the only one that had access to it. Who do you think is behind this?
Well, the posts were made and written after he was dead, so I'm not sure, but he couldn't have written them because that was after he passed away. But I mean, most of the posts that were on about that were not even true or never even happened.
What do you mean by one of the things weren't true?
Well, I told somebody that during one of the police interviews that one of the cops was eating donuts the entire time. I meant this as a joke, but they must have taken it literally and made it seem like the one posting was one of us in the room.
We have reason to believe that you're behind at least one Tumblr post. Why'd you post it?
I was, and that's because I was trying to get back at my ex-girlfriend Addie for cheating on me with TJ. And the only reason I did it is because I was so mad at her and I wanted to make it look like she was part of the murder. And that's why I wrote things in the post that only she knew, and so then everybody would think it was just Addie posting it. But yeah, and the only reason I was even able to get into Simon's account is because he told me personal things like his passwords, and he's had this account for a long time, so that's how I knew it. I'm not like a hacker or anything. And yeah, that's why I did it. I wasn't part of any of the other ones. Just this one to make Addie look bad.
Okay. You and Simon used to be best friends. What happened between you two?
I don't know. He's changed, I guess. He wanted to be noticed and become the center of attention, and hanging around with me didn't help his chances of becoming popular. Everything got intense up until then. He even changed the voting ballots just for him to become homecoming king. Everything changed this year as he got extremely bitter about not being in the spotlight. He blew everything out of proportion. That's when we agreed to spin.
Does Simon have any other friends?
Yeah, he used to be close with Jake. They were friends growing up. But Jake did Simon for Cooper when he was becoming popular. That's when Simon hated Jake.
Is that how you felt when Simon ditched you?
What do you mean?
You were angry, right? Angry enough to kill him?
No, I would never. I love Simon. I mean love.
Throughout this investigation, what has had the greatest impact on your life so far?
I think the thing that has had the greatest impact on me is people finding out that I was gay, because not only would I have not done it myself for a long time, but it honestly just helped so many people, because the way they found out was from Simon. He wrote one of those blogs about people, and they published everybody else's except for mine, and they changed it, so whoever's doing it, and it made it seem like it was me who was on his website, had access to it. I don't know, I don't, but they thought it was me. So they went further into it to find out if I was, and I am. So that made it able for me to have my friends meet my boyfriend, which is good because that brought him into the investigation, and we wouldn't have gotten as far as we have if it weren't for Chris, because he was putting all the things together, and we would still be on trial for murder if it wasn't for him. And people would be wrongfully accused of murder too, because he's actually getting the right points because he's seeing it from an outside perspective than we are.
Why do so many people believe that you're the killer?
I'm just an easy target. I have a bad reputation, I'm a terrible student, and I'm on probation. But I didn't do it, I'm just the scapegoat in this situation. I have no money for a fancy lawyer, and I don't give anyone a reason to believe me or trust me. I don't even care. I don't care what Simon was posting about me. On about that. I have no reason to kill him. I didn't even know who he was before that day in detention.
Who do you believe out of the four of you is the killer?
This was a very tough process to go through because I felt like no one had the right answer ever. There was evidence pointing to everyone and no one at the same time. It was very hard to pinpoint who and if someone did anything. If I'm being completely honest, there was points where I believed each and everyone did it. At first, my most obvious observation, and I thought it was Nate, but I think that is what everyone thought. One thing that never made sense to me was the car crash, because it seemed to happen just at the right time. As I kept looking into it, it just did not make any sense. I cannot remember exactly when I thought it was Addie or Cooper, but all I know is that none of it made sense to me anymore. There was even a point where I thought I did it myself, because I was at the point where I was so desperate for answers and there was no hardcore evidence. It was anyone.
You and your friend staged a car accident. Why'd you guys stage it?
Well, me and my buddies staged the car accident because somebody was willing to pay us a good amount for it. $1,000 each to be more specific. They claimed it was a prank, so we didn't think anything of it. And the fender on my car barely costed $500, so the rest was pure profit.